and welcome to Gear for Music. My name is Sigalas and today we're taking a quick look at the Montage, the new flagship synthesizer from Yamaha. So without any further ado, let's dive into it and listen to some of the sounds. So let's talk about the keyboard first. Here we have the MONTAGE-8, which is a balance hammer 88-note keyboard. We also have the MONTAGE-7, which is a 76-note synth action keyboard, and also the MONTAGE-6 that has 61 notes. The great thing about the Montage is that it has two engines. The AWM2 engine, which has been greatly expanded, it has loads of waveform and it's packed with sounds. And we also have the FMX engine, which is a very sophisticated FM synthesizer with 8 operators. These two engines are encapsulated via the motion control synthesis engine. So let's try a few sounds. So the very first sound I want to show you is the brand new CSX Piano sound, which is really amazing. So super dynamic. It's multi-sampled, so that's why it gives it this amazing amount of realism and dynamic. So one of the very first things that you probably notice on the Montage is this controller right here. This is the super knob. So what this allows me to do is control many parameters at once. It's an amazing thing because you can program it to anything in the actual synth engine, and you can control all engines at the same time, the AWM2, the FMX. But a very simple way to demonstrate to you how it sounds is with this piano sound. So by turning the super knob, I blend seamlessly into an electric piano sound, an FM piano sound. That's not only great if you want to create some really interesting sounds, but also if you're playing live, you can switch from one sound to the other very, very quickly just by the twist of the knob. But the great thing is, if you're a pianist, you might need both hands to play the piano, right? Now, the great thing is this can be assigned to the FC7 controller that I'm using right now. So basically, when I'm using my pedal right here, I am controlling the super knob, like that. So, and that's already set up for you, you don't have to do anything else, you just need to connect it and just play. So very, very quickly you can switch between sounds. Now, let's talk about more sounds. We have the new Rhodes samples here, and this is the galleries, as we call them. So you have many different Rhodes configurations from different amps, different rooms. You have more key noises, but let me play it for you. We have great Rhodes sounds. For example, this sound is called Rhodes Gallery 1, and basically, again, we have a nice multi-sampled Rhodes sound. But the great thing is that now in the Montage we also have the scenes. So you can select different scenes, and what are scenes? Basically, you can have different settings for the same sound, and you can switch between them. For example, in this example, I have these samples right here, then I can move to the scene number 2. And then I get entirely different settings, so different mic positions, different amps, you know, maybe more key noise, maybe less. So I have different scenes. That's incredibly useful when you're playing live because you have one sound for comping, and then you have soloing maybe. And it's still the same sound, I don't have to switch presets. And maybe if I want to go to scene number 8, I have... So I have effects, I have my phaser there. It's so great when you're playing live. So scenes, great feature. Then I can move on and show you some of the guitar sounds. Very nice guitars. So you have the harmonics and all these things. They left all the imperfections inside the sound because it makes it more realistic, basically. The Montage excels in real-time performance, but if you want to use a backing track, this is still possible. You just need to have a backing track in a flash drive and you can play it through the Montage. I'm gonna play a lead guitar sound for you now. Really simple. We also have some incredibly powerful orchestral sounds. Incredibly dynamic as well, using the super knob. Another thing that's really important when you're playing live is the seamless sound switching that we have now in the Montage. So basically you can have a sound like these horns. I can keep holding it with my sustain pedal, switch to strings, and now I can play the strings without interruption. And these are the Seattle sections where we have like real sample strings, and basically I can blend between the ensemble and the solo strings using the super knob. A very special feature if you're doing electronic music, if you're playing live, or if you just want to produce music in the studio is the internal sidechain. So basically with sidechain you can use any internal sound coming from the Montage or any external audio that comes from the inputs to trigger effects like compressors or dynamic filters. I'm gonna show you an example. I have a synth here. It's a fairly static sound, but I have a kick drum right here. So with this kick drum, I can sidechain this synth. So you will see that the synth ducks whenever the kick drum hits. Let me try it. So you see how I can turn a very static sound into a highly, responsive and pumping synth. The Montage is a very dynamic and very expressive instrument. And that's because we have the motion sequences, which are tempo-synchronized, customizable control sequences that can be assigned to any synth parameter. We also have the envelope follower that converts the audio into control surface for any synth parameter. If you want to know more about this, check out the other videos that we did, and you can see more stuff because we went a bit more in depth about those features. I also want to talk about the live sets. The live sets let you organize your performances how you want, and they're perfect for gigging musicians or for music producers. Basically, once you organize your sounds, you have the option to color code them, to write down comments, and make sure that every sound corresponds to the right track or your set list. And everything is done very easily and quickly because now we have a touchscreen on the Montage. One of the reasons why the Montage sounds so good is because we have the brand new pure analog circuit. So what is it? It's basically a new set of converters. We have next generation converters in this instrument. Basically, you have amazing low end and amazing highs as well, and all the frequencies across the spectrum are balanced and reproduced very evenly. The Montage is also an audio interface. You have 16 stereo outputs, and you can record all 16 parts of a performance straight to your DAW using just one single USB cable. It also comes with Cubase AI, so you have a DAW to begin with straight out of the box, so you can immediately get down to recording, producing. And it can also be used as an audio interface and MIDI interface for your iPad. So you can have, Cubases, for example, in your iPad and record, there when you're on a live set and you don't have your computer with you. And you can also listen to your music through this nice set of converters instead of listening it to the, converters of your iPad. So I think it's a great, very complete instrument. So thanks for joining us today on this quick tour of the Yamaha Montage. As you can see, it's really easy to get to grips and create some really great sounds with it. Whether you're a studio producer looking for a huge palette of sounds or a gigging musician wanting to take your live performances to the next level, you should definitely check out the Yamaha Montage. For more information on the Montage or any other products from Yamaha, please visit the Gear for Music website. Thanks for watching.